Yesterday, Miami guard Tyler Hero was asked who the best Heat player of all time was. The 21-year-old said, quote, LeBron James. You can't go wrong with D. Wade, Bron, either or, but I feel like growing up for me, LeBron was my favorite player on the Heat. So, Shannon, I'm pretty sure you agree with this.
I do, but it's Skip, I get it. Because basically, it's like D. Wade is a Heat lifer. And Wade County, there are very few players get to be as beloved in a city as D. Wade is in Miami. And I get what they're saying, but they're like, man, Bron only stopped by for a cup of coffee. But man, Skip, in the process of stopping him to get that cup of coffee, he had a Danish, he had a croissant, he had a couple of donuts. I mean, he just had they go to 4 straight finals in his 4 years there. He wins they win the championship twice. He wins 2 MVPs. He's 2 times finals MVP. And for me, it's close because of what Dwayne did before Bron got there. But this is like 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. But I give the slight nod. I give the slight nod to LeBron. Although I understand why people saying D. Wade because of LeBron not having the years that D. Wade. I think D. Wade spent what? 12, 13 years there. Spent a year. He spent what 2 years in Chicago, half a year in Cleveland, So I think he spent about 12 of his 13 years there. But man, those 4 years, man, it's hard to overlook that, Skip.
That was the most objective thing you've ever said about LeBron James on the show, in the history of this show. You actually gave Dwayne Wade a little bit of credit.
No, D. Wade was like that. D. Wade was like that, Skip. D. Wade was like that. I mean, no, but Skip, I'm not gonna be like you. I'm not gonna castigate Tyler Hero for saying LeBron. You make it seem like he said, a bum was better than D. Wade, and that's not the case.
D. Wade is the case, though. It's the only case to make here. And whatever Tyler wants to say is fine with me, but just maybe Tyler isn't old enough to remember that in 2006, Dwayne Wade carried an aging Shaq and an almost done Gary Payton all the way to a title against the Dallas Mavericks. He averaged 35 a game in that series and lived at the free throw line. Yeah. Drove him crazy.
He was unbelievable.
He was unbelievable. It became D. Wade's showcase.
That was his breakout. That put D. Wade on the map.
Okay. And then I have to bring this up because speaking of having a cup of coffee, there was one finals in which LeBron spilled the coffee all over everybody, including himself. He burned himself. He burned Dwayne Wade. He splashed it all over Dwayne Wade, that steaming hot coffee, because they were a steaming hot up 2-1 in that series. Am I right?
Yep.
And all of a sudden, here came 3 straight games in which LeBron averaged 15 points a game in the last 3, all losses to the Dallas Mavericks. And he averaged 5 turnovers in those 3 games. 5 turnovers? He was a minus 41 in those 3 games. He shot 2 of 12 from 3 and 4 of 10 from the free throw line. So he was barely getting to the free throw line, and he was shooting 40%.
It took that game to turn him into...
Oh, did it?
Turn him into Billy Goat. You know they call him Billy Goat, not Skip.
I don't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
He was the Bill.
I call him Phony Goat.
He was a billionaire.
Really?
So you need to call him Billy Goat.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he'll be.
I'll stick with Phony Goat because it applies.
You a hater.
So I guess Tyler forgot about what happened in the 2011 finals against the Dallas Mavericks. I don't know, but here's the point of this. If you really grasp what happened, the greatest move LeBron ever made was taking his talents not just to South Beach, but to Dwayne.
Right.
Because Dwayne became the big brother he did not have. Dwayne became his mentor. He showed him the ropes. He taught him how to conduct himself, how to handle himself under fire, under pressure in the biggest games. And don't tell me that Dwayne didn't contribute, especially in the 2012 run, because he did. Hey, they got in trouble in 2012 against Indiana. George Paul, remember that?
D. Wade is a superstar.
Yep.
D. Wade is the most unselfish superstar because he and Steph Curry. Because he allowed a superstar to come in and gave him the keys to the car, and D. Wade says, okay, I ride shotgun.
He did.
And Steph Curry did the exact same thing. That's not normal. What we saw D. Wade do earlier and what we saw Steph Curry do later.
Yep.
But I'm not saying D Wade isn't great, but I just believe as a Heat player, and I get it, Skip, I get it. I mean, one guy spends 13 years over there and the other guy, but flip a coin. I'm not put it like this. I'm not as upset as Tyler Hero as you are.
I'm not upset. It's just naive. It's just like he's out of it. He just doesn't get it. Did he watch what happened in Game 6 down the stretch in 2013 in the finals against my Spurs? Did he watch LeBron in the last 2 minutes of that game have 3 unforced error turnovers and LeBrick the shot to tie the game and watch Ray Allen save him with the greatest clutch shot I've ever seen? It saved his legacy. I give you Game 7. My Spurs were shot in the heart by that point, but LeBron was great in Game 7. But it shouldn't have gotten to 7.
So let me ask you a question. If I ask you right now, who's the greatest Buck of all time?
I don't care about who the greatest Buck
is. Is it Giannis or Kareem?
The greatest Buck of all time? Well, I'll go Kareem because he's just way better than Giannis. Well, he just is in every way, shape, and form.
You hate you.
Well, I'm not a hater.
What you got it in for Giannis for? He put your team out. He won me cases.
Does Giannis have a 10-foot sky hook?
No, he's like, why do I need a 10-foot sky hook when everybody go just open the game and just let me go dunk it away?
I mean, Kareem was almost like an 80% free throw shooter.
Kareem was unstoppable.
Did Kareem ever airball one free throw in his entire career? I doubt it.
But Skip, it's close. It's close. But I get it. People say D Wade, Skip. It's not like I'm like, man, you crazy, man, get out of here, man. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm not in that camp. But like I said,
I think you know in your heart of hearts, it's Dwayne Wade.
So what am I supposed to do with 2 MVPs? What am I supposed to do with 2 final MVPs? He finished in the top 3 in MVP all 4 years. He was first team All NBA all 4 years. He was first team All Defense, if I'm not mistaken, either 3 of the 4 years or all 4 years. What am I supposed to do with that?
What am I supposed to do with the 2011 finals and Game 6 of the 2013 finals? What am I supposed to do?
Hold on, Skip.
Sweep them under the carpet? Forget about them? Expunge them from the record?
Wade, the last finals?
Scrub them?
Excuse me. The last finals against San Antonio, D Wade did not have a bad finals against San Antonio in 2014?
His knees were shot by that point.
Well, Skip,
and that's why LeBron left him high and dry. I got to go home.
I'm asking you, did he not have a bad finals?
Well, LeBron didn't have a good one either.
Yeah.
Go look at LeBron. Go look at what happened in Games 3 and 4 in Miami and tell me he had a great finals.
The man averaged 28, 6, and 7.
They lost by a record finals margin.
Okay, Skip, but that doesn't, Skip. You can lose by record finals margin. Okay, you see what you did right there? Now, when Jordan got the break, when the Jordan got the breaks beat off of him, all you do is go back to and talk about he scored 63.
God disguised as Michael Jordan.
But he got the breaks.
Thank you for bringing that up.
But he got the breaks beat off him. He averaged he averaged 30.
By one of the greatest teams in NBA history.
But he the GOAT. The GOAT can't lose to nobody. Not 3 players, not 4 players, not 5 players should be able to beat the GOAT. That's what you tell me about LeBron. You told me he should have beat the 2017 and 18 Golden State Warriors. That's what you told me.
D Wade, case closed. Next.
I mean, I ain't gonna fight you about it, Skip.
Yeah, we're not gonna fight it. Not right now, because you have to see this video. Team USA is having a bit of fun with Kevin Durant at the opening